Spartan Cafe, where ambition meets action. Oh yeah, you're in the right place.
Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive.
Yeah,
And a huge thanks to the Spartan Cafe app for sponsoring this episode.
absolutely.
Today, we're going to be looking at Sarah Ann Maas's career,
Okay.
but through a really unique lens. How she treats acting like a business.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So she's kind of a businesswoman.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at that today.
Cool.
And she's had some amazing success.
She has.
She earned an AFI award for She Said, and she's had roles in shows like Disjointed and the Kominsky Method.
Mm-hmm.
And she's done all of that while being a vocal advocate for survivors in Hollywood.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we're drawing on some great sources today.
Okay.
We've got Maas's own website.
Okay.
And there's an article about her from Spartan Cafe.
Cool.
And we've also got some information about the Spartan Cafe app itself.
Great.
So we're talking about someone who is succeeding creatively, as an artist, and also building a career very strategically.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we even begin with this?
Well, Maas talks about this kind of like soul-crushing audition phase. You know, that feeling of being just like a pawn in someone else's game.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people can relate to that no matter what your career is.
Totally.
But her turning point, and I think this is really fascinating, was this moment she had when she realized she needed to be the CEO of her own brand Sarah Ann Maas.
Brand Sarah Ann Maas. Yeah, that's powerful.
It is.
It's such a powerful shift in mindset.
It is.
Did she elaborate on how to actually, achieve that?
She did, yeah.
Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, so she said it all starts with kind of identifying what makes you unique.
Okay.
Like, what are your strengths? What are
Oh.
you passionate about?
Yeah.
What are those things that make you stand out as an actor?
Right.
And then, importantly, like, what are your values?
Oh, interesting.
Like, what kind of work do you want to be doing?
Okay.
And this actually aligns with what any business would do, right?
Yeah.
You figure out, like, what's their unique selling proposition?
Yeah, totally. So it's not just about being like a great actor.
No.
It's about understanding like what kind of actor you are
Exactly, yeah.
and what kind of career you want to build for yourself.
Yeah, you're cracked in your own.
Did she give any like specific examples from her own journey?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, like how does she do this?
Well, so, like, she's known for her comedic talent.
Okay.
And that shines through in a lot of the projects that she's done, like her web series S&M
Okay.
and her sketch comedy duo We Are Thomas.
Oh, cool.
But she's also a very passionate advocate.
Oh, wow.
And that actually led her to co-found a nonprofit called I Am That Girl.
That's fantastic.
And so all these pieces kind of feed into, who she is as a person.
Her brand.
Yeah, her brand, exactly.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This is making me think of my own, shall we say, less than strategic approach to networking.
Oh, really?
I usually end up cornered by someone who's trying to sell me essential oils.
Oh, no.
So what does strategic networking actually look like for an actor?
Well, Maas emphasizes building, like, real relationships,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
with people who can help move your career forward. So,
Wow.
like, casting directors,
Okay.
producers,
Right.
writers that she admires, those kinds of folks.
Yeah.
It's about attending industry events, sure,
Yeah.
but it's more than just showing up.
Okay.
She actually, like, reached out to writers whose work she admired.
Wow.
She was very proactive in connecting with people that she wanted to work with.
That's pretty bold.
It is, yeah.
I'm always so scared to come across as like annoying or, desperate.
Right.
Like pick me, pick me.
Kick me. But I think it's about being genuine
Okay.
and respectful, And Maas emphasizes that it's about nurturing those connections over time.
Okay.
So networking isn't just a one-time thing.
Right.
It's about building lasting relationships.
Yeah. Like you don't just show up to one event
Exactly.
and then you're done. You have to keep at it.
Yeah.
This is making me think of the Spartan Cafe app,
Uh-huh.
which is all about, connecting with the right people and resources.
Yeah.
I think it could be a really valuable tool for building that kind of network.
Absolutely. Yeah. It could.
Yeah.
And Maas actually goes even further. She has this great line in the article. She says, if you're waiting for permission to act, you'll wait forever.
Ooh.
And this leads to her next big piece of advice, which is creating your own content.
This is where it gets really interesting to me.
Yeah.
In a world where everyone's a content creator,
Yeah.
how does an actor stand out?
Right.
You know?
Well, Mass talks about, writing your own shorts, starting a YouTube channel, producing your own play.
Right.
And if you look at her career, I mean, she's done it all. She's done the web series,
Yeah.
the collaborations with Jason Mraz,
Oh.
even a sketch comedy advent calendar.
What?
I know.
That's amazing.
It's about taking initiative
Yeah.
and showcasing your talent.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of what Spartan Cafe
Yeah.
encourages,
Yeah.
taking ownership of your own career,
Yeah.
not waiting for someone to hand you an opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah. Creating your own opportunity.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And all this content creation, it isn't just about getting discovered.
Right.
It's also about honing your skills.
Oh, okay.
And Mass's next point is all about investing in yourself.
Okay.
And I think that's relevant for anyone,
Yeah, totally.
not
What-
just actors.
What does she recommend specifically?
Well, acting classes,
Okay.
workshops,
Yeah.
reading, industry publications,
Okay.
staying on top of your game, basically.
Yeah. Huh.
But she also talks about building a team.
Okay.
So like an agent,
Yeah.
a manager,
Right.
a publicist,
Okay.
recognizing that you can't do it all alone
Yeah.
and that investing in professional support can be really crucial.
Right. Like you're not an island.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not.
Okay, so you're building your brand, you're networking strategically, you're creating content, you're honing your skills.
Yep.
But acting isn't exactly known for its financial stability.
Right.
So how does she address that?
This is where her business mindset really shines through.
Okay.
She talks about diversifying your income streams,
Okay.
especially early in your career.
Right.
So like teaching,
Okay.
coaching,
Yeah.
voiceover work.
Mm-hmm.
She even mentions leveraging social media.
Oh, interesting. So it's like she's taking the whole gig economy concept.
Yeah, kind of. And applying it to the acting world.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
And it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's about creating that financial security
Yeah.
and not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
And that's actually something that the Spartan Cafe app can really help with as well.
Yeah.
They provide resources and connections
Uh-huh.
to help you kind of explore those multiple income streams.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we've got all this, all this advice.
Yeah.
Does it actually work?
Right.
Does Mass's career, prove her point?
I think so. I mean, put it this way. She's landed roles in, popular shows.
Uh-huh.
She's become a sought-after speaker and advocate.
Wow.
And she co-founded I Am That Girl, which is that nonprofit, that empowers young women.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say her approach is getting results.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And she's done all of this while also being very open about her experience as a survivor in an industry that hasn't always been supportive of those who speak out.
Yeah, absolutely. Her resilience is incredible.
Yeah.
She's not just building a career. She's also using her platform to advocate for positive change.
That's fantastic.
Particularly with Higher Survivors Hollywood.
Okay, let's talk more about that organization.
Okay.
What are they trying to achieve?
Well, they're working to end retaliation
Okay.
against survivors of sexual violence
Yeah.
in the entertainment industry.
Wow.
It's about creating a safer
Mm-hmm.
and more equitable industry for everyone.
How are they going about that?
Well, they're encouraging those who are in power
Okay.
to pledge to hire survivors,
Okay.
both in front of and behind the camera.
Yeah.
They're also running awareness campaigns,
Okay.
building industry partnerships,
Mhm.
and providing resources and support for survivors.
Are they making any headway?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like such a deeply ingrained problem.
It is a tough one, but they just partnered with Huslup,
Okay.
which is a networking app.
Right.
And Huslup will now include a, quote, survivor of sexual violence designation
Oh, wow.
as an optional demographic checkbox.
Okay.
It's a huge step towards giving survivors agency
Yeah.
and control.
Yeah. That's really powerful.
It is.
So it seems like Mass is not only building her own career,
Right.
but like working to change the system itself.
Exactly. And it's a reminder that success isn't just about personal achievement.
Right.
It's also about using your influence
Yeah.
to make a difference.
This brings us back to something Mass mentioned, taking control of your career.
Yeah.
It seems like she walks the walk in every aspect of her life.
You're right. And it goes beyond her professional life, too.
Right.
Like, she's open about being bisexual. She uses her platform to advocate for LGBTQ plus rights.
Yeah.
She's incredibly candid about living with invisible disabilities
Wow.
and chronic illness.
Okay.
So, she's really putting herself out there.
Yeah, that takes a lot of courage.
She does.
Was one thing to talk about being the CEO of your career,
Yeah.
but she's owning every part of her life, it seems like.
It's a reminder that authenticity can be incredibly powerful.
It's inspiring.
It is.
It's also a little daunting.
It is.
Where do you even begin to unpack all of that?
Right. That's a great question. Well, before we get into the specifics of Mass's advice, let's take a look at one area she doesn't directly address.
Okay.
But that, I think, is really relevant here, and that's this concept of ethical and sustainable living.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have connected that to her acting career.
So think about it. Her commitment to social justice, advocating for survivors, being open about her health challenges.
Yeah.
It all kind of points to someone who's very conscious of their impact on the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Totally.
So it's about aligning your actions with your values, even in areas that seem totally separate from your work.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not just about your career.
Yeah.
It's about your life.
Exactly. And there's a small clue in our sources. The Hollywood Reporter actually praised her sustainable fashion choices
Oh.
at the Green Carpet Awards.
Oh.
So we see her making ethical choices in her personal life as well.
Yeah.
And it reinforces her message that we all have the power to create positive change in big ways and small.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
From soul-crushing auditions to becoming the CEO of your own brand, her advocacy work, even her commitment to ethical living.
We've touched on the incredible resources of the Spartan Cafe app,
Yeah.
which seems perfectly aligned with Mass's whole philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's still so much more to unpack.
I'm ready for it. Let's dive deeper into Mass's acting projects
Okay.
and see how all this plays out in her actual work.
Sounds good. Let's dive into some of her specific projects.
Okay.
Mass's website is like a roadmap of her career,
Okay.
showcasing her range and diverse storytelling.
Yeah.
A great place to start, I think, is She Said,
Okay.
the film that she won an AFI award for.
Right.
It's a powerful story about the journalist who exposed Harvey Weinstein,
Yeah.
sparking the whole #MeToo movement,
Right.
given her own experiences.
Yeah.
That must have been an incredibly meaningful project
It must have been.
to be a part of.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And she plays Emily Steele,
Okay.
one of the real-life journalists
Wow.
who worked on the investigation.
Oh, wow.
The premiere at the New York Film Festival was particularly poignant,
Oh, really?
with several Weinstein survivors in attendance,
Wow.
including Mass herself.
That's powerful.
It was a very powerful event.
Yeah.
A powerful example of how storytelling can drive social change and offer a path to healing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It really is.
How she seamlessly blends her passion for social justice with her acting career.
It's impressive.
But She Said is just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Right. Her filmography is diverse.
Yeah.
She's had roles in popular shows like Disjointed
Yeah.
and the Kominsky Method,
Right.
which allowed her to showcase her comedic timing.
Yeah.
But she hasn't limited herself to traditional film and television.
Okay.
She's embraced online content creation as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing something about a web series.
Yes, S&M,
Okay.
a British-American rom-com.
Oh,
A perfect example of her entrepreneurial spirit
okay.
and her willingness to experiment with new platforms.
Yeah.
And let's not forget her work with her husband, Nick Ofka-Thomas,
Okay.
as the sketch comedy duo We Are Thomas.
That's fantastic.
They've created over 100 sketches,
Oh,
garnering millions of views online.
that's amazing.
They even produced an Advent comedy calendar.
What? I know.
That's hilarious. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I love that they're embracing the digital space,
Yeah.
creating their own opportunities.
Mhm.
It reminds me of those early YouTube stars
Yeah,
who built entire careers from scratch.
exactly. It's about taking initiative,
Yeah.
not waiting for permission.
Right.
Their work has been featured on Funny or Die,
Oh, wow.
and they've even toured their live sketch show internationally.
That's fantastic.
It's pretty impressive.
Wow, they've really built a brand for themselves.
They have.
It's clear Mass is a multi-talented performer.
Yeah.
But what about her voiceover work?
She's narrated dozens of audiobooks,
Right.
including Disability Visibility, adapted for young adults.
Okay.
It seems she's constantly seeking new ways
Yeah.
to express herself and connect with audiences.
This makes me think of something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Monetizing multiple streams.
Mm-hmm.
Is voiceover work something that she sees as like a viable income source for actors?
Absolutely. It's a great way to diversify your income, especially in a field as unpredictable as acting.
Right.
The Spartan Cafe app actually highlights voiceover work
Okay.
as a potential income stream,
Oh,
connecting users with resources and opportunities in that area.
It's fascinating how she's woven together so many different creative threads.
Yeah,
Acting, writing, singing, producing.
she does it all.
It's a truly multifaceted career.
It is.
And it speaks to her entrepreneurial spirit.
Definitely.
She's not just waiting for roles to come her way.
No.
She's actively creating opportunities
Yeah.
and building a sustainable career for herself.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
let's delve into her work as a writer.
Okay.
Her website mentions several projects in development,
Oh, cool.
including a YA fantasy series
Okay.
based on the Chronicles of Kerrigan book series.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's working with the author W.J. May
Okay.
to adapt the books,
Wow.
which have sold over 3 million copies.
That's amazing.
YA fantasy is a hugely popular genre,
It's-
and it's a great platform for sharing empowering and imaginative stories
Yeah.
with a younger audience.
That's great.
It sounds like a massive undertaking.
It does.
It's impressive that she's taking on such a big project
Yeah.
while also juggling her acting career and advocacy work.
It speaks to her ambition and her vision as a storyteller.
Yeah.
She's not just content with acting in other people's projects.
Yeah.
She wants to create her own worlds
Right.
and bring her own stories to life.
It's a great reminder that we don't have to limit ourselves to just one path.
Right.
We can explore different creative avenues
Yeah.
and build a career that reflects all of our interests and talents.
And that's where resources like the Spartan Cafe app
Yeah,
can be so valuable.
totally.
It helps you build a diverse portfolio,
Uh-huh.
explore multiple income streams,
Yeah.
and create a career that's both fulfilling and financially sustainable.
Her website has a quote that really struck me.
Yep.
She says, "We can use storytelling to change the culture we live in, to be more inclusive, representative, respectful, and dynamic for people of all ages, genders, races, nationalities, abilities, sexualities, and creeds."
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
It is a powerful statement.
And it resonates through all her work.
Yeah.
From advocating for survivors to playing diverse characters, she's using her platform to make a difference.
She is.
And it's inspiring to see.
Absolutely.
This deep dive has given me a whole new perspective on building a career.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
It's not just about talent.
No.
It's about strategy, resilience, and using your platform for good.
And that's something we can all strive for,
Yeah,
regardless of our profession.
totally.
Mass's story is a testament to the power of taking control of your destiny
Yeah.
and building a career that aligns with your values.
Let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk more about Massa's work with Jason Mraz.
Okay.
That collaboration really stood out to me.
It's a great example of her willingness to think outside the box
Yeah.
and collaborate with other artists.
Yeah.
They co-wrote, starred in, and produced the only scripted segment of his documentary,
Oh, wow.
Have It All. The movie,
No.
now streaming on Amazon Prime.
And they didn't stop there.
No, they didn't.
She also collaborated with him on promotional videos
Oh, wow.
that helped him sell out the Hollywood Bowl.
That's amazing.
It's clear they have a great creative synergy,
They do.
and it highlights her ability to work across different mediums and leverage her talents
Yeah.
to support other artists.
It's like that old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
By collaborating and supporting each other.
Yeah.
Artists can achieve even greater things together.
And it reinforces the importance of building a network
Yeah.
and being part of a supportive community, something the Spartan Cafe app emphasizes as well.
Exactly.
Her work with Mraz also showcases her musical talent.
Oh, right.
She's a trained singer and has even been cast in a Broadway-bound musical
Wow.
called The Right Girl.
It's amazing to see how she's weaving all of her passions together.
Yeah.
Acting, writing, singing, producing to
Yeah.
create such a dynamic and fulfilling career.
Okay, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Massa's work as a writer.
Yeah.
I'm particularly intrigued by the #MeToo drama he's co-writing.
Oh, yeah.
Our Culture.
That's a powerful project.
Yeah.
That tackles Hollywood's rape culture and abuse of power,
Wow.
drawing on her own experiences as a survivor.
That's amazing.
She's not just telling a story.
Yeah.
She's using her art to shed light on a systemic problem and
Yeah.
spark important conversations.
That's incredibly brave.
It is.
And it speaks to her commitment to using her platform for social change,
Uh-huh.
not just personal gain.
Exactly.
And she's also developing a feature film.
Oh, cool.
based on her award-winning short Tristan and Kelly,
Okay.
which stars Toby Sebastian from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
It's clear she's a powerhouse of creativity,
she is.
constantly pushing herself and exploring new avenues.
Yeah.
It's a great reminder that we shouldn't be afraid to dream big
Yeah.
and pursue projects that are meaningful to us,
Absolutely.
and that we have the power to create our own opportunities,
Yeah.
even in a competitive industry like Hollywood.
For sure.
Remember, Mass's entire approach is about taking control,
Uh-huh.
defining your brand,
Yeah.
and building a career that reflects your unique talents and values.
Exactly.
Her story really resonates with the Spartan Cafe app's mission of empowering individuals to take ownership of their careers
Uh-huh.
and build successful businesses.
Absolutely. It's about having the tools, resources, and mindset
Yeah.
to achieve your goals, whether you're an actor, an entrepreneur, or anyone with a dream they want to pursue.
Before we move on,
Okay.
I want to delve a little deeper into Mass's advocacy work,
Okay.
particularly her nonprofit Hire Survivors Hollywood.
It's an incredibly important organization
Mhm.
that's working to create a safer and more inclusive environment for survivors
Yeah.
in the entertainment industry.
I'm really impressed by their recent partnership with Hustlup,
Oh, yeah.
that networking app we talked about earlier. Adding a survivor of sexual violence designation as an optional demographic checkbox is a huge step towards giving survivors agency and control.
It's a tangible example of the change they're creating.
Yeah.
It's about shifting the power dynamics
Yeah.
that have allowed retaliation to occur for far too long.
And her advocacy work extends beyond Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
She worked on passing the Adult Survivors Act in New York,
Okay.
allowing adult survivors of sexual assault to sue their abusers,
No.
regardless of when the abuse occurred.
That's amazing.
It's clear she's not just talking the talk, she's
Yeah.
walking the walk, working tirelessly to fight for justice
Yeah.
and create a safer world for survivors.
That's incredible work.
It's inspiring to see someone use their platform so effectively
Yeah.
to advocate for social change.
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play
Yeah.
in creating a more just and equitable world.
And it speaks to the power of vulnerability
Yes.
and sharing our stories. Mass is incredibly open
Yeah.
about her experiences,
Yeah.
both the triumphs and the challenges.
She's spoken candidly about her struggles with chronic illnesses, her journey as a survivor, and her experiences as a bisexual woman in Hollywood.
It's incredibly brave of her to be so vulnerable and open.
It is.
In doing so, she's creating space for others to feel seen, heard, and understood.
Exactly. She's not afraid to show her humanity,
Yeah.
her flaws, and her vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
making her message even more relatable and powerful.
It's a great reminder that authenticity is key,
It is.
not just in building a personal brand,
Uh-huh.
but in connecting with others
Yeah.
and creating meaningful change.
It's about owning your narrative
Yeah.
and using your voice to make a difference.
Yeah. Mass embodies this in every aspect of her life.
He does.
Okay, so we've explored her diverse acting career, her work as a writer and producer, her passionate advocacy, her vulnerable storytelling.
We have covered a lot of ground.
What a journey this deep dive has been.
And we've seen how all of this ties back to the Spartan Cafe app's mission
Yeah.
of empowerment and entrepreneurship.
Totally.
It's about taking control of your destiny,
Yeah.
building a sustainable career,
Uh-huh.
and making a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely.
But there's still more to uncover.
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
What else can we glean from Mass's approach to building such a successful and meaningful career? Okay, so we've talked about like her career, her advocacy work, but I'm eager to hear more about like her specific advice for building a career.
Okay.
What are some key takeaways for our listeners, whether they're aspiring actors or just looking to kind of level up their careers in general?
I think what's really fascinating about Mass's approach is how she blends like classic business principles with the unique demands of being in a creative field.
Yeah.
You know? Like she's constantly emphasizing this idea of treating your acting career like a business.
Okay.
She even goes so far as to say you should like call yourself the CEO of your own brand.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
In theory.
Uh-huh.
But like how do you actually apply it?
Right.
Mhm.
Like, I can't exactly hold a board meeting with my reflection, can I? It's not about literal board meetings,
Okay.
but it's about taking a very strategic, a proactive approach to your career.
Okay, so remember those 5 steps that Mass outlined.
Yeah.
Defining your brand, networking strategically, creating your own content,
Uh-huh.
investing in yourself,
Yep.
and monetizing multiple streams.
Those were golden nuggets.
They were golden nuggets.
Yeah.
So for someone just starting out, maybe fresh out of drama school or new to LA, where's the best place to even begin?
I think you have to start with kind of like identifying your unique selling proposition.
Okay.
You know, what type of roles do you excel in? What are your strengths?
Yeah.
What are your passions, the things that make you stand out as an actor?
Right.
And then crucially, what are your values?
Okay.
What kind of work do you want to be doing?
Okay, yeah.
It's about creating a roadmap for your career rather than just kind of drifting from audition to audition.
So it's about being like intentional.
Yeah.
And proactive.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just waiting for opportunities to fall into your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mass actually talks about this. She talks about, attending industry events. Sure.
Yeah.
But it's about more than just showing up.
Uh-huh.
She reached out to writers whose work she admired. She networked strategically with people who could actually move her career forward.
This is bringing us back to the Spartan Cafe app, which is all about, making those strategic connections.
Yeah, it could be such a valuable tool for actors who are, trying to build their network.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And beyond networking, she encourages actors to create their own opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, don't wait for permission to act.
Exactly.
Write a short film.
Yep.
Start a YouTube channel. Produce a play.
She did all those things.
Right.
I mean, look at her career. She's done the web series. She's done the collaborations with Jason Mraz. She's done that sketch comedy advent calendar.
It's like she's saying, don't just wait to be discovered.
Yeah.
Go out and create something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so empowering.
It is.
But I imagine creating your own content can be like really daunting, especially when you're already, hustling for auditions and trying to, make ends meet.
Right. That's where the invest in yourself part of her advice comes in.
Okay.
It's about continuous learning and growth.
Okay.
Take classes, go to workshops, read industry publications, build your skills.
Right.
And then don't underestimate the power of building a team.
Yeah.
An agent, a manager, a publicist
Okay.
to kind of support you along the way.
And I think that's something people often overlook.
Yeah,
We think we have to do it all alone, but having a team can make such a difference.
absolutely.
And speaking of, practical matters, how does Mass address the financial instability that so many actors, face?
She's a big advocate for diversifying your income streams,
Right.
especially early in your career.
Yeah.
So teaching, coaching, voiceover work, even leveraging social media, these can all kind of provide that financial stability
Okay.
and allow you to, keep pursuing your acting dreams without constantly worrying about how you're going to make rent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she's taking that whole gig economy concept and giving it like a positive spin.
Exactly. It's about being resourceful,
Yeah.
entrepreneurial, creating a sustainable career for yourself.
Right.
And that's something that the Spartan Cafe app can really support.
Oh, yeah.
They have resources and connections for exploring those alternative income streams.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We've talked a lot about like Mass's success.
Yeah.
But we can't ignore the challenges she's faced.
Right.
As a survivor in Hollywood,
Yeah.
how does that experience inform her advice?
I think what's remarkable is she doesn't shy away from those difficult topics.
Yeah.
She uses her platform to raise awareness about retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
She advocates for systemic change.
Right.
And she really empowers other survivors.
Yeah.
She founded Hire Survivors Hollywood, which is actively working to change the industry.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that success isn't just about personal achievement.
Yeah.
It's about using your influence to make a difference.
Absolutely. And it's about resilience.
Yeah.
Mass has faced setbacks, but she's never given up on her dreams. And she's proof that you can overcome adversity
Yeah.
and build a career that really aligns with your values.
If you had to distill Mass's advice into one key takeaway for our listeners, what would it be?
I would say you are the CEO of your own career.
That's good.
No matter your field, you have the power to define your brand, take control, and build a career that's both successful and meaningful.
And resources like the Spartan Cafe app can provide the support, the guidance, and the connections
Yeah,
to make that happen.
absolutely.
So for our listeners out there, What is one concrete step you can take today to become the CEO of your own career?
Ooh, that's a good question. What dream are you